whatever's eating this is big.
Yep. This could be a big flatty. It could be a big tailer, which I'm thinking more so because of those runs that it's making there.
Yep. It hasn't got the same feeling that flathead had this morning with the powerful surges.
No, that's right, and that's what's making me think definitely not a flathead.
Oh, that is 6 pound Finn's braid in fluor orange getting ripped off the little neck save there.
Because we've got tailor in here that'll go up to 8 kilos.
Woo.
I personally caught one, my biggest one, 6.9 kilos.
6.9 kilos?
Yes.
And what sort of gear do you use to get that?
I use 6 pound braid.
Yep.
And 2 kilo leader.
He's a nutter, this bloke. 2 kilo leader on a tailor. That's just crazy, mate. And were you fishing for tailor?
No, I was fishing for flathead.
And is that some sort of record, that fish?
That was an Australian record for answer.
There you go. #1 in the charts, Ian Phillips with his record. Actually, they still called records, they called DVDs now.
Yeah.
Now this fish, it's weird, it's just sitting out the back there. And what I'm doing with this fish, and Ian, you know this only too well because you're a member of Answer, and Answer is all about catching big fish on light line.
Exactly.
I'm actually angling this fish. I'm not fishing it, I'm angling it. I'm using the rod, which is a beautiful 7-foot 2-piece neck save, little neck save 2500 reel, just 6 pound Finn's braid and a very, very light Nitlon leader. And I'm just using it to angle the fish towards the boat. And what have we got here? Oh, it's a massive flathead. Oh. It's a horse.
Now I'll get the big
Holy net. Snapping. Oh my goodness me. It is a massive flathead, Ian.
Now,
I'm going to hug you if you put this in. Yes?
Paul, you told me your biggest flathead to date was 78 centimetres.
It still is.
Okay.
So close.
Yeah.
So close. My heart is in my throat, Ian.
Just take your time, steady as she goes. Get its head around now. That's it, just get its head around.
Ian, I hope you like hugging men, because guess what?
Now this is one of the good things about these big enviros as well, Paul.
Yep.
People say that they don't like enviros because they're so heavy to lift up and everything. It creates its own pocket, so that fish won't escape.
Can I just say...
Congratulations.
Can I just say, Ian Phillips, a year ago, I'm going to keep hugging you. I'm actually going to... Christy, I'm sorry, I'm leaving you for Ian. Ian, we've been planning this trip for a year.
We have, yeah.
And you were so good. You told me these 2 days a year ago.
Times.
And you promised me a big fish, and I stuffed it up this morning. Let's get this guy out of the net and have a look.
You missed the first shot, but you got the second one.
What a fish. How's the fight?
That actually ran more than any other flathead that I've seen.
You want to see the size of this thing? In fact, I tell you what we're going to do. We're going to cut. You guys jump on the boat, because this is something you need to be up close and personal for. I cannot believe my luck. Well, as you know, you always got to dress up for momentous occasions. The jumpers come off, the gloves are on. I'm looking pretty smart. And the drum roll. Bring her forward, Ian. Now, do you need a hand lifting that, mate? Because it's pretty serious.
Got a weight in it, Paul.
How long do you reckon this fish is going to be?
It's going to be in the 90s, well in the 90s. I reckon probably around that 90, 92, 93 mark. At first sight, I thought it may be a metre, but I think probably up around to those, early 90s. Oh, that's a fat fish, but Paul. So
it is a fat fish?
It's a very fat fish for its length.
Yep. It's
probably going to weigh somewhere in the vicinity of about 6.5 kilos. Which is quite large for that size fish. So yes, we caught one here not too long ago. Unfortunately, we had to kill.
Yep.
And the same sort of size. It was 6.5 kilos, very much like this fish. And we sent the head and frame off to fisheries, and they cut the otoliths out, which are the ear bones, and dissected them. And it was found to be 15 years of age. So this fish would be very similar to that.
About 15, so it's an adolescent.
Yep.
Where are we here?
So.
Whoop, she's sliding, mate. You're spot on, 92 centimetres I'm seeing. Look at that. Let me just say,
and this is where it's so important, the way you're handling this fish now, Paul.
Yep.
Supporting its underbelly so as it's not hanging by the head.
Yep.
Stretching its neck. It'd be the same as someone grabbing you by the ears and picking you up and stretching your neck.
Not a good look. What we're going to do, we're actually going to put this fish back in the net and give it a swim, because we want to look after it. We're going to get a couple of still photos, because fish like this don't come around every day. And that is an amazing fish. Just look at that. Look at that for a flathead. It is an absolute beast. And I didn't think flathead grew this big, but apparently Ian's caught them to 1.3 metres. More about that in a second. I'm just going to swim this fish and look after it. Come over this side, Ian. Thanks, mate.
Yeah.
And these nets are so good for this, aren't they?
Oh, perfect.
You're
mate.
a big believer in these fish-friendly nets?
These ones here, yeah, so important.
And this is important too, if you're going to catch a big fish, and obviously fishermen love fish, don't we?
Oh, we do, you know, like, and the thing is, they're too good to be caught just once. These big female flathead are the big breeders. They breed thousands and thousands of eggs each cycle, not just in their lifetime, but each cycle. And to kill something like this is a shame. It's unfortunate. It has to happen sometimes.
Yep.
But most people these days are well educated and know the need to preserve.
Hey fellas, national footwear, clogs.
Yeah.
Pretty cool, hey? Well, even though I've had a couple of bites on the soft plastic, I'm going to go to Old Faithful, the Yozuri Jewel Sashimi Minnow. These things look so much like a real fish, and this is the ultimate test. Have a look at this. We all know how much cats like fish. Ah, watch the jewel. Watch the jewel. Oh yeah, oh, got him. Oh, he followed it right up. Oh, the power on these things. He took that right at the bank. Third cast with my Yozuri. Now he hasn't done a lot, and these fish tend to shake around on the surface and roll. They're very aggressive, and he's just thinking about his next move. Look at that Yozuri lure in the corner of his jaw. It just swum so beautifully, and fishing confidence is everything. I was confident this lure was going to catch a fish. Oh, oh. And this is a freshwater fish. Oh, whoa. And they jump too. It's a freshwater fish, and it's so much like our barramundi in that you've got to cast right into the weed and then you pull it out and they come from the weed, and the better your cast is, the more chance you've got. And look at the power here as he just surges around. This is a nice fish. Look at that, and I'm going to tire him out because I've never caught a Northern Pike. I've come close and he's got plenty of power. I just want to make sure he's really tired, so when I get him up I can grab him. I might pass my rod to you, Carl.
Okay.
If you want to come around the back here, I'll give you the rod.
Of course.
Carl, that Yozuri lure.
It's a good one.
So good. Now,
perfect.
I'm going to get down here. Look at that fish.
Watch out for the hooks.
Thank you. Thank you very much. And this is a bit hard.
You really grabbed it.
Oh, he ate it hard. Right at the bank again. Come on, mate. And yes, gotcha.
Perfect.
Look at that. Let me just say,
That's a real nice pike.
I've flown 16,722 kilometres to catch myself a Northern Pike. Look at that lure. Not only did the cats like it, but the pike did too. How's the power of these things?
It's incredible, right?
Oh, I'm just
They're
going to
really fast, so...
I'm just going to turn him around and watch those hooks. Look at. Now, is that on your arm or just?
Oh no, it's on my jacket.
Well caught. This is the rare pike catching jacket. And we can laugh, but let's just stay still for a second. I've got him by the back of the head now, mate.
Okay.
Okay. IFISH crew owes Carl one new jacket.
Exactly.
Now, I'll tell you what we'll
I need
do.
a pair of scissors, but they're in my backpack, so...
Well, let's just stay joined at the hip. Let's hold this beautiful fish up for the camera.
Okay.
I've caught a pike and a Dutchman all in one.
Yeah,
Can I ask you a personal question?
No, don't ask me about my weight.
Oh, how did you know? Well, I'm gonna be kind and put you at 90 kilos, the biggest Dutchman I've ever caught. How
Perfect.
beautiful is that? Grab the rod.
Yeah.
And I'll just do this.
You do it yourself?
That hurt.
Oh no. Come on.
No.
On the same ring. Okay, there he goes. One small moment. There he is.
Okay. Pike in the water, if you can unhook that for me.
Yeah, I'm going to unhook it for you.
And away she goes, look at that. So, the pike is gone. We just have one small problem.
He's got a treble in his hands.
It is called the hook in the hand. Doesn't matter whether you're in the Netherlands or Australia, they hurt both ways. Ouch. Well, a kind man has just appeared with some, I'll call them bolt cutters. Let's just hope they cut through these very sharp eagle claw hooks. Yes, they do. Now it's just a matter of pulling this back through like that. And that is the end result. I caught something. I'll say it weighed about 75 kilos, but I'll be lying. A little bit more than that. It's all the croquettes and the cheese. Just sensational. And the hood spot, and the roquewurst, and the roll mops. Just keeps going.
Close. You go, Paul. No, better fish.
Oh,
Yes. Good work, Paul. Keep tight to him, mate. That's a better one. Hey, Casey, this is even better now. Oh, unfortunately, we're going to... There's another one on it, Paul. Oh. I thought we were going to sit and watch Paul struggle for a while.
Go, Case, there's fish out there everywhere. That was unbelievable. Pulled the hooks, and the other fish tried to eat it on the way through. Oh, he was a nice fish, Matty.
He was a good one, Paul.
I can't believe another fish tried to eat it when it popped out of his mouth. It's insane. This place, I've been here a few times, but every time I come back, it just blows my mind. Always produces fish. It is a fishing show host's dream.
Are you puffing a bit there, Paul?
Just a little bit, Matthew. Just a little, at first.
Straight out the back, Paul. Straight out the back. Long cast.
Where are
Just
they?
hold your cast, hold your cast. They've just moved.
Oh,
Cast up the right, up the right-hand side of the boat, right here, Paul. Look at me. See the two, right on this dark patch. You see them on the top. They're
That's right.
black. You got to hit them on the head, mate.
Oh.
Stop it there. That's it. Now move. Ah, they're bloody spooking.
Just to explain what's happening here, Matt's on the bridge of In Deep, and he's literally seeing hundreds of GTs, but they're just not feeding, they're not coming in. We just need something to change. Maybe one fish to have a go or a smaller fish to have a look, just to fire them up. So it's very frustrating. You can see fish, but you can't catch fish. Casey and I are just going to keep casting. Eventually one will turn on, and our luck will change. GT fishing is a lot more technical than you may think, and a lot of the Japanese techniques have filtered their way through to Australia. And people like Blue Water Tackle at Exmouth, they're at the absolute leading edge of GT technology. Matt's been fishing here for near on 15 years, caught fish around the 100-pound mark, and some of those fish land-based. You'll notice I'm using a slider type lure today as well, and there's a big reason for that. GT fishing is hard work in this sun. That's a heavy outfit, I'll tell you about that later. And chucking a popper and making it bloop is a real strain on the body. My arthritis doesn't like it too much, so when I get a slider, I can just wind it slowly and it just slips across the surface like that. Slip. Looks like a gar, a long tom, something just trying to get away, and the G's love it. And the big deal, if a G has a go and pushes it out, stop the lure. The slider sinks, twitch, bang, he comes through and eats it. Colour, not a big deal, because I reckon the fish are looking up, they can't see the colour for the sun anyway. So, a lot of thought must go into the lure you use for GT fishing. I love Yozuri dual sliders. They are mind-blowing and not just on G's. Oh, yes!
It's a good fish, Paul.
I slowed it down, and this is the beauty of having fished with Matt before. I saw that fish all over it, and I stopped the lure and give him a chance to come back.
Right, Casey, this is the best part about GT fishing, watching somebody else struggle. That's a good one, Paul. We're in relatively clear water here. There's that one ledge just under us there.
Oh, that is just awesome. My back, Casey, is so sore just from the casting. But you just persist, don't you, mate?
I'm speechless.
Please talk, because I can't.
I'm struggling to talk, to be honest. I've never seen anything pull that much line off that hard.
I can't talk a lot. I'm just trying to keep the rod tip up, get as much line as I can. 80-pound fins and a heap of drag. I'm just leaning back on him as best I can. And I caught a lot of fish. caught a lot of fish, Casey, and there's something about Big G's. When I saw him 3 times had to go, and to tempt him to come back, and my knees are shaking, guys. That's all right, take your time, Benno. Man, what a take. It come up and had a look, his head and shoulders out of the water. I stopped the lure, just stopped it dead in its tracks. And that is why you come to Exmouth.
Oh my God.
Thank you, my friend. And ready? Casey, you grab the back end, I'll grab the front end, and just look at that fish. Look at that,
That is a monster.
Matty, you know your G's. Come and sit in here, my friend.
Congratulations, Paulie. That's another good one.
For those who don't know, Matty Gates is one of my whole best friends in the big wide world. Casey, you're growing on me. And Matty,
Good fish, mate.
you love GTs. How big's this guy?
Oh, he'd be over 20, mate. I can't really see from where I'm sitting from, but I'd give you 20, maybe 22. He's a nice fish, mate.
So we're talking
Very
kilos?
nice. Yes, we're talking kilos, mate.
So we're talking on the way out, Casey, about milestones and what, metre barra,
Yep.
1,000-pound black marlin?
Yep, and getting over that 10 kilo mark on snapper, 20 pounds. So.
Exactly, and I've been
20
very
pound
fortunate to do all those things, but catching Big G's in Exmouth. But I'm going to let you hold it by yourself. Just get your hand under there and feel the weight of that fish. Right under there, that's it. And just have a look at that. Stand up, mate, if you can. That is one big fish. You know what I do? I get Casey Stoner to fly around the world with me, and he holds all my fish. Because when I hold this GT, it looks like a pilchard. When he holds it, it looks like a black marlin. That is gold, mate. We're going to get this fish back in the water. We're going to swim it. Every time you see a close-up or have seen a close-up of this fish, that means we are secretly swimming this fish. That's the magic of television. Our #1 goal is to get this fish back in the water, happy as Larry, so you can come to Exmouth, talk to the boys at Blue Water Tackle World, and come here and do this yourself. What do you think, Mr. Stoner?
I think I want to have a go at this.
I might put the rod down, because did you notice I was a little bit tired?
I think so.
Catching.
We'll have to try and catch a fish. Now come here. I've seen some fish in the water. You hold the rod.
Yes.
Hold the rod and just wait. Can you see the float? It's just out there, the float. So what you got to do when the float goes under, that's when you got to wind, okay? Oh, there it is. Oh, no, it's going out. Wind slowly. Wind.
What happened?
It went under the water. Wind. Wind. Good boy. Keep going. Keep going. Can you feel anything?
Yes.
What can you feel? Oh, look at your fish. Look. Can you see that?
Yeah.
Keep winding. Now, Jetty, look at this. That's only a tiny one as big as Jet, isn't it?
Dad?
Yeah.
Can we keep him?
Oh, no, he's a bit little. He might want to go and see his mummy, hey?
Why?
Oh, because I think he's going to miss his mummy. He's going to be sad. Now, that is a very, very tiny Arapus trutter, Australian salmon. And being Port Phillip Bay, these fish are often referred to as bay trout. And when they're in this immature size, he's just a baby Jetty like you, isn't he?
Yeah.
Well, he's a little boy like you. They'll be here literally by the 1,000, and this may be an indication, I'll throw him back, as to why the gars haven't turned up yet, because if there's small salmon, there's often bigger salmon, and they love eating garfish. High five, man, well done. Good work. Oh, nice and gentle, Jet, nice and gentle, slowly bring him in. Good boy, nice and gentle. This is just sensational. Oh, look at the size. Oh, look, it's a big mullet. Bring it in. Keep winding. Jetty. Look at that.
It's big enough to keep.
Do you think my boy likes keeping fish? Come around here. Now, you know, Jetty, we can't keep them all, can we?
Why?
Well, because we have to let them go, because see this mullet? Yeah. That's a good yellow-eyed mullet, by the way. This mullet, we need to let it go so it can have some more babies and there'll be lots of fish in the sea for next time.
Okay.
So we let him go?
Sure.
Good boy. How good is that? Yellow-eyed mullet. That's a beautiful fish. And again, no legal size limit for mullet in Victoria. Check your own state regulations. But the reason for that is fisheries want kids to be able to take a fish home and show their mum, because you didn't really do it if you haven't shown your mum. And the other thing, a lot of guys use these fish for live bait. Well done, Jet.
That's going to make it clear.
Holy Toledo!
the time is near.
It is. I'm pumped, I'm psyched. I feel like I've been wrapped up, ready for a white to come and look at.
And do I look like the beautiful man you married?
Even better.
You're such a suck, but I love her for it. Let's go. 2 white pointers and beyond. Buzz Lightyear. After you, my love.
Okay, so I'll go. Oh, sorry, I landed on his head.
Well, I just saw a massive king when I was in the cage with Christy looking for sharks. So I jumped out, as you can see, beautiful attire. Not the best for fishing, but I got a bait down there and I'm hoping that king makes my day. Got it? Yep, got it. Got something. Here we go. What have we got here? Something with a bit of go. Little kingy, oh look at him go! Oh, too good, what's the burley? Oh, that is gold. That is gold. Oh. Come on, mate. Come on. Come on. Relax. Well, that's the kingfish I saw when I was down in the cage. Come here, looking for whites. Oh, I'll give you a cuddle, mate. How good is that? Calypso, you are a star. Talking about getting a second go, I was down there with Christy, saw this king come up, put a bait down and caught it. That's got to be one of the coolest fish I've ever caught in my life. Yellowtail kingfish, Sterioli lalandi, and isn't this thing fat? Look at the size of it. Come on, mate. What a cracker fish. This is a great day. Great white sharks and kingfish. I can't decide which one's better. Keep away. Now, when Christy heard there's a few kings around, you got out of that cage pretty quick.
I did.
Just watch him on the bottom of the boat, Dale.
I was down there in the cage and Paul and I both saw a kingy. The next time I turned around, Paul's gone. I waited down in the cage, watched him hook the kingy from the cage, saw him bring it up, come out, and the first bait down, it snaffled it. So I'm fairly excited.
Great job. It's down about 5 metres and coming up. Just keep that pressure on. Unfortunately, I've only got a butterfly net. Now remember to back your drag off when he comes to the surface. That's a big king. Oh, hang on, I'm going to go to the back. Hang on. Down here,
hurry up! Hurry up!
Swing it to me.
Okay! Bring it to me! Kick it to me! Kick it to me! Look at that!
Christy Worston, you are a star. That is a massive king. Honey.
Oh, give it to me!
I've never been so proud in all my life.
I'm so excited! I've seen a great one and I've got a kingy!
What do you reckon about that?
This is the best ever.
Is that the best fish you've ever caught?
Calypso Star rocks!
That has got to be, I reckon it's got to be 15 kilos a king. How hard was the fight?
That was unbelievable and it was worth every stroke of that rod, every wind of that reel. This is awesome.
So, for all the ladies out there who go fishing, shark and not for me, what can you tell them?
You're crazy. Look at the smile on my dial.
I'm so excited.
All these people that have come out here to swim with the sharks today are looking at us like, these two are insane. They've jumped out of the shark cage to catch one of the fish that was out there, but this is just the pinnacle.
Fishing long. And that's how it all ends. The power is insane. Oh, look at that for a fish. Oh. That is a monster blue groper. How's the size of that? He's come in again on my squid bait. Kingy's in the water. Can't get past him. I think it's time to give up. But I've got to show this fish first. Look at that. Smithy, this actually reminds me I should take my Labrador for a walk when I get home, because this is what it's like.
Nice fish, mate.
That is one of, I'll give you a hand, mate, just straight up there, I don't want to get him holy snapping. That is one of the greatest fishing experiences of my life, mate.
Nice fish, mate.
I'll just slide him out of that net. Come on, mate. Oh, it's such a big fish.
Just watch his tail, mate, because he might kick on a bit.
Okay, I'm just going to see if I can cradle this fish. It is my only hope. Oh. Well, this is a pretty picture. Blue groper. This girl is going back. I feel like I'm just culling a little boy. When he's one, put him to sleep. Gotta love this gig. How cool is my little girl? This place just gets better and better. We're still looking for these elusive yellowtail kingfish. Smitty actually saw fish to 7 kilos busting up just on the rock there. I ran up the front of the boat because it's much easier to get into the rock on the bow, cast a pilly flick bait in, let it sink, lift, and got absolutely smashed. Now you missed the start of the fight because we were frantically getting the camera to the pointy end of the boat and Smitty was going backwards as quick as he could because we don't want to be in there. There is a bit of ground swell and the last thing we want to do is put the Apache on those rocks. I reckon I got myself the king I've been looking for here. It's got heaps of power. I've actually managed to turn it away from the stones and now we've moved out into deeper water. What is this fish? I don't believe what I've got. This must be called Groper Rock. I've got a big blue groper on a pilly flick bait that I cast into a school of kingfish. Check out the size of this thing. It's just gone under the boat. It's coming out now. Look at that for a fish. Holy snapping groper on a flick bait. Let me just say, I've never been so good at fishing in all my life. I'm trying not to catch them and I can't help myself. If only this had happened with other species. Okay, we've made the transition. Smithy, have you ever seen anything like that? Kings busting up and then a groper eating a plastic under them?
No, I haven't. Everything we've thrown at a kingy seems to be getting taken by these big groper at the moment.
They're just unreal. Look at this fish here. I might give you the rod, mate. I'm just going to cut the line. I don't want to actually lift this fish into the boat because the best chance of release is if I keep him in the water. So I'm just going to pull him around there. He is there. Check out that squidgy flick bait. But you can just go. There you go. And a bit of a push down and away he goes. Look at that. He's just going to cruise down, down, away he goes. And that is a beautiful end to what has been an amazing story. Just sensational. These guys, unbelievable. We've been groped out. And Tom, have you ever seen anything like it, mate? Such massive fish, one after the other.
No, I haven't. Wedge is an amazing place.
Wedge is unbelievable. What do your clients think when they come out here and they get their arms pulled off by things like that?
They rebook again pretty much straight away the next year, mate, so.
Unbelievable. 4 words. Well, I think it is. South Australian Fishing Adventures. And if you put a .com.au on the end of that, you'll be hooking up some of these big things too. The only thing, mate, can you give me one little favour because I'm such a nice guy?
We can do that.
Turn that off, and then can you find me a kingfish?
We'll give it a crack.
Good work. Got a hook up, as you can see. The Damo now drives away from the reef to give me some chance of stopping this fish. That is 30 kilos of drag.
That's a good fish.
Good fish?
He's not as big as the last one, but he's a good one.
You know, that's probably a good thing because I've got some chance of stopping him.
I hope so.
Time to grab it.
All right.
I need a cushion.
Grab one of these things, whack that on.
You grab that?
Yep.
I'll try and lift him out. Oh, that's a big fish. Oh. It's not what the other one was, Damo, but
it's a good one.
It's a good size, big one, as my late friend Eric Atkinson would say. And Eric,
Nice.
you're in a better place now, but you're a very good man. And Damo, you're saying the tides turned, so it's probably not as good as it was going to be.
Yeah.
And you're right, because the first time it took 60 seconds, then it took a minute 20.
That's right. It took a bit longer that time to actually get a hook up. What's he doing? He's coming at us here?
Yeah.
Yep. Good fish.
He's a good fish. Just talk us through it, Damo, because I'm struggling.
Yeah. Well, we've just done one more little pass along that ledge. I mean, literally, we probably haven't gone more than a minute between hookups while we've been trolling along that ledge, have we? It's been pretty crazy, and you've got a serious amount of drag on there. I don't think everyone watching probably realises what holding on to 30 kilos is actually like. It's pretty ridiculous. So
now, I've got to say, TK is my cameraman, and today, TK, it's our 1 year anniversary.
Oh, nice.
And I don't mean in a biblical sense. I mean, 1 year ago today, TK took this amazing shot. Oh! Oh! How's that for a fish?
That's a beautiful big fish there.
Woo! And that, my friends, was a 1,000-pound black marlin. It was caught 1 year ago today on the Great Barrier Reef, about 700 k's south of here. And TK, thanks for sharing this with me 1 year on, but I'm disappointed. I expected flowers or something.
Yeah, we got a doggy here. This is excellent. Good stuff. It's either a doggy or a mackie.
It's big, whatever it is.
Yeah.
Doggy, I think.
Yep. Beautiful. Spinning
I
around.
see another fish down there.
Right, spinning around there.
I'll get away from that engine.
Oh, nice fish.
Oh, look at that for a fish.
Beautiful fish. That's really good.
And that, woo! Damo!
Beautiful.
That is a doggy.
That is nice. I'll just lip gaff him.
Yeah, look at the sharks under him. Woo! Just holding there for 1 second so TK can see him. That is a beautiful fish, mate.
And mate, with these doggies, we do have to get them back in the water real quick.
Yep.
So,
mate, I'm scared to think how big that other one was.
yeah, I mean, you can see how hard this guy pulled.
Yeah.
And, you know, you sorted that guy out pretty easily.
Yes.
The other one was going like a freight train. Just rip that off.
Now, if I can get this off. My brain's telling my hands to do it. There we go. And I'll put this up here. Okay, I'm going to lift this in, try and get a nice shot.
Yep. And we'll have to let him go pretty quick.
Yes, we want to get him back in good form.
Okay, so just tell me when
Do you want me
you're
to grab his tail for you?
Well, I can lift him in. You grab the tail as I lift
Yep.
him in. I'll lift him in across you.
Okay.
So, are we good to go?
Hang on a sec, let me get the tail and I'll
Oh, yep.
just pull him forward. Okay, I got the tail. Ready? Go.
Okay.
Woo! Just spin him this way.
Look at that.
I just want the lure on the other side, mate, because we don't want that in, people. That's it. And I'll try and pick up this fish.
Okay.
Woo!
Mate, well done.
Damo.
That is... Oh, hey, we got him.
Okay.
Good job, mate.
That is why people come out on Nomad long range fishing. Check that out.
That is awesome.
I'm going to sit down.
I'm going to get the hooks out for you, mate.
Please. This is a Dogtooth Tuna. I reckon it's one of the toughest fish in the world, and I've caught a few fish and a few doggies. Damo, how big do you reckon this thing is?
He'd be about 30 to 35 kilos.
And how big was that other fish?
Oh man, that was 50,
rod,
50 plus.
That rod buckled over. They're almost unstoppable. If you catch 1 in 10, 1 in 5, you're doing a great job. Mate, we're going to get it back, don't we? Okay, this fish is going back. Number one most important thing is to look after this puppy.
Yep.
I can call him a puppy. Look at those teeth.
Beautiful.
And here he goes.
Head first, send him in.
Away he goes.
He's off like a rocket. Well done, mate.
We did it!
Oh, we finally stopped one.
And you know you've had a good day on Nomad
Yeah.
when you go back and Christy says, Paul, we need more Omo.